Good morning, everyone. My video last night, I was discussing all the stuff that's converging all at once as Trump gets closer and closer to improving the economy, and we get closer and closer to the economy switch, which is eventually going to happen, because eventually USA Incorporated is going to be declared bankrupt. Eventually the Federal Reserve is going to go, and eventually Trump is going to tell we have to go back to gold as a gold-backed money source, and possibly also using Bitcoin, as he's mentioned in the past, to pay off the debt. And with all of those things happening, well, the Rothschilds are not going to sit by and just let it happen. If you know the history of the Rothschilds, they got their foot in the door when this country was new. And when the charter went out, the Congress said, this central bank thing's terrible, we're getting rid of it. It's going to expire, and that's it. Then they came back with a vengeance, and Andrew Jackson, who risked an assassination attempt, if you don't know, the guy had the gun pointed at his head, pulled the trigger, and the gun didn't open, the guy was tackled. If you know the history of the Rothschilds, they have hands everywhere around the world, influence around the world. They got people blackmailed, control, and everything. And before Trump, the last person to do something after Jackson was JFK, and we all know what they did to him. This time the military, which has been preparing a plan for decades, and they needed the right guy to run for president, they have it in Trump. He's very well protected now. That doesn't mean there won't be assassination attempts on him. We already had two that we know of, and there have been several behind the scenes that didn't take place. And I'm telling you, there's going to be another one we may see happen to him. Now, with the Israeli attacking Iran last night, something else came to my mind. There's been rumors that there are Iranian or Muslim sleeper cells in this country. With us back in Israel, what happened last night? Do the Iranians launch their cells? Do we get a terrorist attack, which I've been expecting for quite a while? I mean, I'm surprised we've gone this long without it. But with this happening, and this is also being probably pushed by the Rothschilds, what's happening in the Mideast, because they have a lot of power and influence over in Israel. Everything's named after the Rothschilds over there. The Rothschilds were the ones that manufactured the 1947 agreement. You got, I'm sure, and they have a lot of people in the Mossad, which is our version of the CIA, and they got a lot of people in the CIA who they're controlling as well. There could be a manufactured terrorist attack in this country, and I hope the Trump team gets it, because if this happens on the Trump watch, it's not going to look good for him. I said last night, if there's three things that can hurt Trump real bad, make him look bad. One was the old jab from Charlie 19, which, if the truth gets out about this and he pushed it, it's going to make him look real bad. And he's going to have a lot of explaining to do. And as I've been telling you, there's a lot of people around him who've kept him in the dark, which is why they were so desperate to keep RFK away from the Health and Human Services job, as RFK has eliminated a lot of those vaccines from people who never needed it in the first place. And as information comes out about the great American theft that happened in 2020, as things come out about Epstein, as things come out about child trafficking, as we saw last night, Alex Padilla went nuts. They're getting desperate. Like I said, when does Trump put out the tweet, "The storm is here"? Or the X tweet, or whatever they call him. But in the meantime, as I said last night also, this is the time of year, the summertime, when people get out, they vacation, and most of the country is already out on vacation, because unlike the Northeast, we're last. You go down south or out to the Midwest, school pretty much ends after Memorial Day weekend. Here, we go another month. So, right now up here, I think school officially ends in the next 2 weeks, depending on which school district. And with that, you get all your free music concerts in the park, your festivals, your carnivals. It's a lot of stuff that can happen. People travel on the road. Unfortunately, this is what we're living. Listen, it's an exciting time to be alive. If you know the truth, if you know the truth in Jesus Christ, if you know 66 of the books of the Bible really good, and you know the good guys win in the end, if you've been following the number 17 movement, we're going to win this. But as history tells us, because we've been so apathetic for so many years, so complacent, as Alexa's going off upstairs, it's good to know the truth. But whenever something like this happens, there's always bloodshed. Now, will it be a lot minimal compared to history's past with other countries, even our country with the Civil War? Yeah. For that, I'm going to be thankful. But there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be shell-shocked who have not been paying attention. Because it's not going to be just the government system. It's going to be the monetary system is going to switch. And I'm telling you, the Christian religious business plan, the Christian religious church system is about to collapse, and needs to collapse because it has been compromised and it is corrupt. Whenever you have someone like Paula White who managed to have an office in the White House to be on President Trump's ear, and I've called her many times, I don't care what you think of Paula White, she's a white witch. Don't trust a woman who's been divorced twice, who calls herself pastor, who's on her third marriage to an unevenly yoked believer, and take her seriously. And this is why you need to pray for your president right now, because even though he's got a lot of good people around him, there's still a lot of dead weight and people trying to ruin things, who will give the appearance of being godly. So as we in the next 100 days from that period from May 1st to August 8th, it's going to get hot. It's already getting hot, and we'll find out how things are tomorrow when Trump has the military parade and Christy Walton has a King's Day protest around the country. And the other warning to Trump is, if things get out of hand, you're going to have to activate and declare martial law and take charge of this thing, because the one thing you cannot afford to do is for regular Americans to say, I've had enough, Trump blew it, we're taking things on our own, because you're going to have a bigger mess to handle. Because when you do call the National Guard in and activate them, and maybe you use posse comitatus, now you got two sides to fight. The actual bad guys and trying to get the good guys off the bad guys so you can do your job. President Trump, do not wait too late. Don't wait too late on this. Because I got news for you. If you're not awake by now, if you're not woken up by now, if you don't know what's going on by now, I'm not worried about you anymore. You had your chance. There's been plenty of information in the day of smartphones. If you choose to be ignorant, I can't feel sorry for you. Meanwhile, like I said, keep the country in prayer. Let's hope the Iranian cells here are taken out. But they have to tell us too who was taken out, to wake up. This is so we can wake up more people, and just so we can know. Comments down below what you'd like to know. Keep the country in prayer. Keep Donald Trump in prayer. He's a busy man. He's got a lot on his plate. And we'll talk